Many death, much sadness.
It's pretty much.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on what time you're watching this YouTube. I'm John.
I'm Alex.
And we are Stereo Input.
And happy International Women's Day from those of us who supremely enjoyed Deadpool and those of us who support the global advancement of women. Yay! Anyway, we saw Logan over the weekend, and it was very good.
It was great.
What would you give it out of 10?
I give it an 8.5.
Okay, see, I give it a 9 or a 10.
I was saying personally, cinematically, It's a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
But just as far as how much, that's my enjoyment rating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, don't get me wrong, I feel very much the same way.
It gets a little bit less for the enjoyment rating. Not because there's something wrong with the movie, but because that movie had darkness that was pervasive.
It was a very heavy watch, and unless you're prepared for that emotionally, you'll be a little bit taken aback. It's just...
I will say my second time through, I gave it was more enjoyable.
Yeah, no, I have no doubt.
Because you have the chance to emotionally stabilize yourself in the proper places so that you can enjoy that movie.
Even if you just,
It was good.
Even if you really, even if you just casually like movies, I think this is one worth watching. If nothing else, but because this is the send-off. This is the last time we get to see
Hugh Jackman,
which is actually how I pronounce his name. This is the last time we get to see Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. This is the last time we get to see Patrick Stewart as Charles Xavier. And I just think, if nothing else but for that reason alone, it's worth the watch. And, the studio and everyone did their very best job to give them as respectable of a send-off as possible.
I'm just going to go ahead and throw a spoiler warning out because at this point I don't have it in me to not spoil things anymore.
Mm-hmm. So
here we go. Losing Charles Xavier. I thought that's where the darkness really started.
That way, it was dark. It was dark way before that.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
For me, the opening fight scene kind of really set the tone for it.
That's true, but to me that was just cool.
I mean, yes, it was cool. But the weightiness of it, and just how tired and old Logan seems at that point.
He does seem sad.
Yeah, it just really sets.
It was pathetic.
It really sets the stage. Like he gets knocked down and beaten up by some random gang members, and that's not the Wolverine we've been watching.
But he does
the past 10 years.
Get up and brutally hack them to pieces.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. He does get up and murderize them. It reminds me of that classic hallway fight scene in the Daredevil Netflix series.
I haven't seen the Daredevil Netflix series.
Okay, well, if you get a chance to watch it, there's a fight scene where Daredevil is beating the hell out of people in this dark hallway. And it's one of the greatest superhero fight scenes, in my opinion, because Daredevil actually, looks exhausted. Like, he is weary by, beating all these guys up. And it very much, the intro to Logan reminded me of that, in that, this is a tired old man. This is the ultimate get off my lawn kind of guy.
He hacks off people's arms. The fact that he shanks open people's stomachs, that there's gore to his fighting.
Well, yeah, but that is just the nature of this being an horror movie, and the other ones, being PG-13, if I remember correctly.
It is, but I just have never thought that Wolverine's fights were brutal enough.
Well, again, that brutality,
it is the
sort of have to, relegate that to the R movies.
I know it is, but that's me saying I think Wolverine is an R character.
I definitely agree with that. I thought that this was Hugh Jackman's chance to be as true to the character as he possibly could, because all of the restrictions were off. And, it was well worth it. I'm sure they'll lose some business, just by nature of it being an R-rated movie, but I think that artistically they made the right decision.
I think they did. I think this is the Wolverine movie that we've all been waiting for. There's emotion in all the right places.
Yeah, I cried twice.
Yeah, that's about right. Twice.
Yeah.
I never outright cried, but there are some misty-eyed scenes. There's the especially the very final scene where you watch the death of Logan.
Yeah.
That would be the most intensely emotional part.
Yeah.
I would say, because through the whole movie, Charles Xavier, through his whole part in the movie, Charles Xavier had been telling Logan, you need to appreciate family and find what family means through the whole movie. And at the very end, Wolverine's dying, and his clone daughter, X-23, is clutching his hand, and she says, no, don't die. And Wolverine's one of his last words to her is, so this is what it feels like.
Yeah.
And then she calls him daddy.
And then he dies.
I mean, he does. Well, his final words to her are, "Don't be what they made you."
Yeah.
Which, again, that was a pretty poignant moment. But
Also true.
I just spent that whole scene going, "Wow, that was heartbreaking."
Yeah.
That was.
I've got to say though, the writers, get a lot of credit for actually killing Wolverine and letting him stay dead.
That took some balls.
Yeah, I think it was.
That's not ballsy on the level of killing Superman, though.
I agree, because this is
This is a long time coming.
Yeah. Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I agree. And killing Superman has implications that killing Wolverine doesn't. That said, I still think it was. I think that was the right decision.
It was.
Because everybody who knew the original, stories that this was based off of knew, this is Wolverine. This is where Wolverine dies.
Yep.
And there are some hardcore comic book fans who take issue with how he dies. In the comics, he's sort of like melted into the adamantium, whereas in this movie, he was impaled on a tree stump. I think it was. I think his death in the movie. Yeah, it matched the movie tonally.
There's some poetic justice in who kills him.
Yeah.
Another clone of his.
Yeah.
Is kind of one of the main adversaries of the movie that continually pops up. They call him X-24. I have no idea if that's a character in the comic books or not.
I don't think it is, but don't quote me on that.
They could have left the name X out of it. They didn't need to call him X-24. All they should have said is clone and plop him in the movie. X-24, as they're calling him, is the distillation of all of Logan's rage.
Oh, yeah.
He is all of Logan's rage. And also very early on in the movie, they establish X-23, Laura, his daughter, as kind of the symbol of all of Logan's potential.
Yeah.
And I think there's a very poetic justice to the fact that, one, the two of them fight, X-23 and X-24 fight.
It's so cool.
And it was absolutely amazing. That little girl whoops all kinds of booty.
X-23 was still great, though.
But I think there is an incredible poetic justice to the fact that his rage is what kills him.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I also love the fight scene between X-23 because it's all of Logan's potential fighting all of Logan's just
anger,
all-consuming rage. It's great.
And how about the toe spikes on X-23?
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong.
That's cool.
I love them. My only problem with them is how Charles Xavier tried to explain it. He tried to explain it by drawing some comparison to lions and how the female protects the pride or something like that. Honestly, I didn't really follow it. I think it would have been a better decision for them just to say, yeah, well, the scientists saw that Wolverine had claws on his hands, and they thought, how much cooler would it be if he also had claws on his feet?
I think my favorite X-23 scene of that entire movie is the first scene she does any combat.
Yes.
Is they send some guys in to try and arrest or shackle her and haul her away.
Yeah.
And you hear some screaming and some gunshots, and then she walks out with one of the guy's heads.
Yes, it was so brutal.
And then just rolls it
Yeah.
out at the main bad guy.
Yeah.
And he just looks at it and goes, Laura? Bad Laura. No.
Yeah, that was really good, I think, because you could tell that he was obviously afraid of her.
Uh-huh.
And I think that's something new, you know? We've been watching superhero movies for decades.
Where the villains are unfazed
Yeah,
by...
you know, they're these unflappable, you know, stoic hardasses.
Which can be cool.
Yeah, you know, it can be cool. I don't want to see Doctor Doom afraid of anyone. But, you know, it was nice to see someone who, like, fully understands who they're dealing with.
Oh, yeah.
So that was cool. I liked it.
I also kind of like that they made the guy who they're fighting human, not mutant. He's not a superhero.
Yeah.
He's not really superpowered in any way, per se. He's just a dude who's done a lot of bad stuff to a lot of people.
Yeah, just you know, a mercenary, and that was cool.
That
I also
was
really...
fitting.
I really liked his death, too.
It's like a scene from a horror movie.
Exactly,
It's
yes,
great.
it was excellent. So all the other kid mutants gang up on him, and they kill him with all of their powers combined. It was great. Particularly horrifying was the one girl who could control plants. Mm-hmm. That was terrifying. And she had like these vines, these blades of grass just wrapping around him, constricting him.
And then you had like... Well, there were all sorts of powers intermingling there. There was an electric-powered kid, and you saw some shocks going through him.
Yeah.
There was one who obviously had some sort of telekinetic-type power, and you saw his bones snapping.
Yeah.
You saw some guy who obviously had freeze power.
Yeah,
a girl
the
who had ice powers, and she was freezing him. And you just saw them all using these powers to harm him at the same time, and his blood pooling beneath him.
And the creepiest thing about it was all of these kids, like, who could not have been more than, like, 13, just standing, like, silently around this guy as he's, like, spasming and, you know...
Dying.
It was great. It was terrifying. In general, what was my favorite thing for the month of March...
was Logan.
Actually, it was Horizon Zero Dawn.
What?
But Logan was a close second. Logan was so good.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
Well...
So, Logan was good if you like superheroes, if you like movies, if you like Johnny Cash music in the background in incongruous places.
Pretty much.
You'll
angsty
probably
Johnny
enjoy
Cash music.
Well, no, the last song was this, you know, this happy...
Oh, that's true.
Happy, bumbly little country song. So if you like any of those things, I would highly recommend Logan. Even if you just want to see Patrick Stewart curse. Which
that was great.
Supremely satisfying.
That actually was pretty great. But yeah, we highly recommend.
For sure.
Also, if you enjoy Wolverine cutting people's limbs off.
Also true.
I have been John.
I've been Alex.
And we have been Stereo Input. Thank you very much.